Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and today's video is something very special that I never expected to happen. It was to complete a childhood dream of mine, um, in the form of getting to drive Stinger. For Robot Wars fans, you already know who Stinger is. For people who are just clicking onto this video for the first time, let's talk a little bit about Stinger. Stinger is a heavyweight robot that competed in the Classic Wars in Series 3 all the way up to Series 6. It was a thwackbot where it used its tail as its main and primary weapon to do devastating damage to other robots. It could also sit and spin, and that could also do heavy damage to robots, like smashing the back panel of Chaos 2. And it is one fun, entertaining robot. So my little connection to Stinger is back in March of 2018, I created an Antweight out of the pullback and had it fight in my series known as Antweight Anarchy. And I think I replicated it pretty good. We can see the damage that it could do, and it fought very well. It fought the whole way through Antweight Anarchy from Series 1 all the way up to Series 3, where it also got to fight an Antweight version of a pullback version of Chaos 2 and Cassius. It also did some damage to Panic Attack. After Antweight Anarchy, I made an upgraded version of Stinger with new drive motors for my live event show known as Mecha Mayhem. So the public get to fight a miniature version of the robot from their favourite show from Robot Wars. So in a nice little way, it's keeping the spirit of Stinger alive with the new generation. So yeah, that's my connection to Stinger, making the Antweight out of the pullback. I was the very first one to do it, which was a very proud feat of mine, and I'm really proud that I was able to entertain so many people over the years with Antweight Anarchy, and still does with Mecha Mayhem. I did make a bigger version, a 450 gram weight class version, and I was able to take a picture with it here, if you can see here. Right about there is all of the Stingers together. So that's a 1 pounder, 150 gram, and the heavyweight, which is really cool to see them all together in one picture. Now, in 2024, I got to actually see Stinger fight for the first time in person at Roborats. And have to say, when you see that mace come down and hit the ground, and the bang that it hits the floor, you can see how powerful Stinger is. Now, imagine that flail spinning at full pelt hitting a heavyweight. It can do some damage, and it has been upgraded with lipos. They've took the car batteries that it used to run out and put in lipos, so it's even more faster and more deadlier than ever. So in 2025, I got to compete at Roborats again, this time with my own heavyweight, and we were stationed next to Roman robots with their fleet of robots. And Jono came up and actually asked me, would I like to pilot Stinger for a few battles? And, as a roboteer, you have to try and be like, oh, this happens every single day. The fan in me was just like, absolutely yes. I was like so excited because Stinger was right next to my table, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm getting to drive Stinger. My god, I can't describe how surreal it was to operate this robot for the first time. So when the controller was handed to me and Stinger is in the arena for the first time, I'm just like so blown away. I'm like, oh my god, I watched this as a kid. I've watched this on TV, and now I have the controller in my hand, and I'm about to control Stinger for the first time. So here's my reaction driving it for the first time, and you can see if I did okay. But here's the first fight. This is a moment to try it off and driving Stinger. So the fight begins, and I'm in the arena with Ripper, Axel, and Shunt doing a wash machine battle. So, yeah, first experience is that the thing about Stinger is it's basically two robots on a massive axle, basically. So it's tank steering. So if you go forward, both will go forward. If you turn to side, it'll do it. But you can see here, the first time I do the thwack, and I do a bit of a damage the floor along with Ripper. Um, right now, I'm trying to do some practice here. I managed to hit the wash machine, which was like, oh my god, I did something. I did a thing. The other thing that happened here is, for some reason, Axel stopped after firing its axe. I think linkage or something came out, or faulty wire. So it was basically Ripper and Shunt and Stinger fighting. You can see how powerful Ripper is firing that wash machine. Poor little Axel here got another little hit. I was trying to do something because I was like, I'm really, really struggling to drive Stinger here. The speed of it as well. Now, this is a crucial moment. The bungee cord snapped in Ripper, so Ripper couldn't do any flipping. So I was like, okay, I'll just spin. That's a good trick. Which is pretty cool. So I wanted to basically entertain as much as possible, and then Shunt comes along. And this is the glorious moments that I was like, oh my god, I'm reliving Robot Wars here, taking on the house robots. So the thing I can't describe as much is when it's spinning, those hits of hitting off Shunt are some loud, massive bangs. And yeah, it was a surreal moment. So I'm starting to get used to driving Sting now, so I'm wanting to get up and hit Shunt one more time. But I accidentally do something here. Right at this moment here, you can see CO2 leaving Shunt. I managed to break the CO2 pipe on Shunt axe, so it couldn't actually fire its axe anymore. Jamie started to realise that was the case, but the fight was getting close to the end. But I was like, okay, I'm the only one really with an active weapon now. Ripper can't flip, and Shunt can't fire its scoop or axe, so smashy time. Which is great fun here. But yeah, man, honestly, seeing how powerful Stinger was, the fight basically ends at this moment here, and I'm doing a little pirouette, like, yay, I did a thing, I won. Yeah, I think. Man, I can't describe the feeling after that fight. Just to go, oh my god, I got to pilot it. Just a surreal experience. Really is a real experience to pilot it. So after that, I was able to take Stinger back to the pits, back to its table, and I thought that would be it. That's me done. I got a little moment. Hey, no, actually, I got to do some maintenance on Stinger. So basically, taking it apart to be charged, so the lipos could be charged, and also to demonstrate Stinger to the crowd that's coming in to look at the robots. Now, when John had given me that job to do, I was like, oh, really? You want me to do maintenance? Take the panels off? I was super heavily concentrating, and there's actually footage of my first reactions out of that battle. So here's some footage of that reaction.
So what are you doing then? What are you doing?
Working on Stinger.
Why is that? What are you just doing with Stinger?
Well, I broke Shunt. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. I knocked over a wash machine.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
How did it feel driving Stinger?
That's a childhood dream come true. I've been watching this robot over the years. Like this, you have to remember this machine's from Series 3 all the way up to 2025, and it's still kicking ass.
Right, stop talking, get it charged.
But I thought that was it. I thought that was the end. I got my little moment, happy days, got to do maintenance in it. I got to see the insides of Stinger and how it was put together, how the original team put it together. Just a surreal experience. My partner was also having a fan moment, because it's like, I'm going to try and be professional and be around Roboteers and stuff like that, and then you see Stinger. It's like, oh my god, it's Stinger. It was great to see that too. But it wasn't actually the end. I got an opportunity to fight it for another fight. Um, and this is a little breakdown of that fight. Another bot on my wish list to fight is Deator, which is joining us for this battle. So that's another childhood dream completed. But with one big flip, Deator actually kills Stinger, and that's me out. This is a little crowd shot of what the audience had seen. But yeah, I think the link popped out, and that was my little second battle done. Deator does try to activate me again, but unfortunately it doesn't work. The rest of the battle is them beating the life out of each other in wash machines, but that was my final moment with fighting Stinger. And that was the end of my time piloting Stinger, because after that, Stinger was put onto the wayside because of, I think it was a receiver issue in one of the wheels. And because you're doing an event and the amount of robots that Roman Robots had to maintain, Stinger then was put on the wayside. But to have that experience is just so surreal, and I can't thank Team Ripper for giving me the opportunity to not only complete a childhood dream, to actually pilot Stinger in 2 battles, but to also do a little bit of maintenance with it, also to actually see the inner workings of the machine. And as I said in that little reaction video, I can't stress it enough that it's so fantastic to see a classic robot still fight to this day and is maintained very well. Like, the original team built this machine to last, and it has lasted, I believe, now 25 years. I could be wrong. I know there's Robot Wars fans out there will say, actually, it's this long. But from what I can gather, it's 25 years. It's such a surreal moment. And I hope I get to get an opportunity to fight Stinger again. My one goal I would love, but unfortunately the receiver issues, I hope my heavyweight gets to fight Stinger. I got to complete another childhood dream in the form of fighting King B. To fight Stinger, that would just be the cherry on top. But I hope this little video was fun to come along and watch my driving skills. But I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. Please like and subscribe and favorite. It really does mean a lot and keeps the lights on this channel. And who knows what craziness will happen next year. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye, everybody.